She said that's just gonna help and etc. And
So not Ozempic, huh?
dude, no, no. Let's, bro. If I tell you, they literally mock me, and then sometimes like we won't even drive together because
It's
they're
too
like
slow for you.
speed limits, and I'm like, God, please, and they're like, no. I'm just gonna say his name. I'll just phone Jason. I'm like, bro.
Let me tell you.
Like, let me tell you,
I
I'm
need to
going
vent.
to hit the brick out of this wall next to me, or something's gonna happen.
Yes.
Re-entry initiated. Incoming message.
The Modern Man Podcast.
Guys, finally, welcome back to the Modern Man Podcast. It's been over 7 months since I last sat behind this mic. A little nervous, not going to lie to you. But my guest today makes it a lot easier. Someone coming on for the second time. Nearly exactly 2 years later after doing our first one. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Vin Groovin.
What's up?
I'm not going to try to say your full name again, bro. Last time I felt like I butchered it hard.
Well, at least you're not gonna ask me if my real surname is Groovin. I mean,
Did someone ask you that?
dude, not one person.
Really?
I could say easily over 100 people.
Have
Like,
asked you if your surname is
If my
Groovin.
surname is really Groovin.
You see, this is why I lose faith in humanity at times, bro.
This is what makes me wake up every day, bro. I love watching it.
I am
We-
Groovin.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
bro.
we are idiots, bro. But I mean, if not, why not?
If not, why not,
you know,
bro?
don't
But
take
again,
life so
welcome back to the
serious.
Modern Man.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, as I walked in here, I said to you, it's crazy. We were saying last week we got the
2-year anniversary.
2-year memoir, and it was really, really cool. So yeah, 2 years and I guess 1 week or
Yeah.
something.
And now we're going to put on camera how different life is from 2 years ago, bro.
Cool. Well,
Dude.
I'm glad I didn't. There's no prep. I sat
No,
down.
100%.
Let's just.
The only prep is for
Take
me
it.
beating you at golf after this. But that's not the point, ladies and gentlemen.
The only thing you're gonna beat is the ground.
Probably. Bro. Oh, bro, but let's jump right into it.
Sure.
Dude, I want to start straight up, bro, and be like, listen, dude, you look amazing, bro. You look
Thank you.
incredible, dude.
Thank you very much.
I want to ask you 2 questions. The second question is, how did you lose so much weight? And then first question, oh, sorry, that's me. First question is, why? What was the reasoning behind it? Did you just wake up one day and be like, fuck it, I just want to get back into shape, or what, bro?
Okay, so the why is probably something I answer every day. You know why? I want to be healthier. I want to be happier. My only fear in life is actually death. So I don't want to die early. I love my life, and I love waking up, and I love the people that I have in my life, and I'm very conscious of them and then myself as well. And yeah, you get to a point where, I mean, I probably would say I could have started 15 kilos earlier, but I just lack discipline and motivation for myself. And I'm quite like an accountable person. So I was just like, you know what? You got to take accountability. And then I did. I woke up one day and I was just like, oh, shit. Well, time to be accountable. Hold
Yeah.
yourself accountable.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was feeling a bit lethargic in the day, and I wasn't getting enough sleep, and I wasn't eating a lot. And then I kind of figured that something wasn't really great. And then we'll move into the second question now.
Yes, yeah.
The how.
Yeah.
And I came across a lady by the name of Kerry, and she deals with your blood, and then eating for your blood type. And I just went and sat with her, and she took samples of my blood. We put it under a microscope, and then everything started to make sense. You could see how the blood cells were clotting, and you could see the bacteria. And
And that's a heart attack waiting to happen, bro.
I mean,
Like blood clots
yeah,
specifically.
sure.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, the cells are not flowing, etc. So I was like, okay. She said, you need to take these drops. They're going to help with your gut. And then I took like tablets for the gut as well. Just those 2 things, natural products. She said that's just going to help and etc. And
So not Ozempic, huh?
dude, no. No. Let's I mean, I have my opinion on it, but
yeah.
definitely not that.
No.
And
no.
dude, then I mean, I just started. I was just like, carry on eating great. I found out that although I wasn't eating ridiculous food, what I was eating, my body couldn't process.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just keeping it, not processing it.
Sure.
Through, bro.
So things weren't getting broken down right, etc. And then I followed what she gave me in terms of just the food you can eat. There was no portion sizes. It wasn't like anything ridiculously strict. It was just, this is kind of what said that your body can break down in your blood type. And dude, the first, I think it was 5 weeks. It was 10 kilos.
Fuck.
Like the body reacted so far. I was not
Dude,
tired.
2 kgs a week is a lot, bro.
Yeah, so it was very the body was extremely responsive and it felt great. Then I was like, okay. Got a little bit more strict with gym.
Yes, yeah.
And that because I could. I wasn't tired. So I
Yeah.
was more motivated to go to gym because my body was using what I was consuming in a correct way.
And you see the results, bro. So now you're looking at it and you're like, yes, I want more.
For
I
sure.
want
And
more,
you're feeling healthier, you're feeling
Yes.
fitter. And from there it just became discipline, bro. I had done this before. So originally in 2011, I was up at 180 kilograms.
180 kilograms.
Yeah.
Fuck me, Vin. Sure.
Yeah, that was a heart
That's
attack
heavy,
on
bro.
legs waiting
Yes,
to happen.
for sure.
And then I got very serious with a friend of mine, Matthew. He was like really big into his gymming. And it was cool. We knocked off 67 kilos. I got down to 113. And then
Shit.
gradually over...
Dude, that's like losing a whole nother person, bro.
Yeah, it was.
It's
I
literally losing a whole nother person,
definitely, bro.
Shit.
And then, from there, I think over 8 or 9 years, I gradually put on. And then what happened was I stood on the scale and was 150 kilos. And I was like, no,
No,
we
not it,
can't
bro.
really do this. Yeah. And then I just put the hats back on. And now we're back down to 117.
Shit.
And
So 33 kgs down, bro.
yeah, bro.
That's
And
crazy.
it
Well done to you,
feels great.
bro.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, bro.
And as you say, you can feel your body's feeling better, bro.
Yeah.
Like you
for
just
sure.
got more energy. Do you also feel like your mindset's a lot better now that you got a healthier body? Bro?
Yeah, you lose your brain fog. Remember, what you're eating is now fueling your body. So when you're putting the
100%.
right fuel in, you're driving better, you're thinking clearer, you're a lot more motivated. Business is great. You cut out all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Um,
You're not
yeah,
worried about too much. And do you also feel like, I'm not sure like what your relationship is with anxiety, if you have any or not, but like when you started eating better, did you feel better? Like you had less if you had anxiety before or not?
yeah, so I did. I think I would probably say I suffer like, if I suffered 60% anxiety and I suffer like 25% anxiety.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if I would put that down to diet. I probably because I haven't
Also
done
training
enough
as well.
research.
Yes, yeah.
But I think because you're sleeping better, because
Sleep
you're
is so
getting
important,
a
bro.
lot. Yeah, bro.
Sleep
super
is
important.
it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and obviously being in an industry where sleep is not exactly your best friend, or you don't have the healthiest relationship with it, you kind of got to decide then when you sleep. You've got to put your phone off. I find quiet time is really, really important too. I'm doing almost like a screen blockage.
Yes.
And
Before you go to sleep.
Obviously, we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
You want people to be watching it, but I also in the same breath want to put like your mental health first, especially, we're going to have men and women watching this.
For sure,
But,
yes.
if I'm going to talk directly to the homies and men in general, then definitely put the screen down. Especially us homies that like to play games, etc. and that, like, play games with the gents. Yeah,
Yes,
cool,
yes.
But definitely get out of that social media trap.
The doom scrolling, bro. Doom scrolling before
bro,
bed.
Especially I find that's actually a big problem. Laying in bed. I haven't done that for years.
Really?
I decided that a long time ago.
Yeah.
That I'm not going to get trapped in that scroll. But I mean, when I wake up and I've got sent content from everybody at all times of the all times of the night, and I'm just like, you need to give it a break, you know, like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
let's just hang on. And every now and then, if I'm up late or whatever, then I'll be scrolling. But
Yes.
if you're getting something from me, it's not because I'm laying in bed scrolling. I'm like up.
You're doing something, bro. Yeah. I get you.
But I mean, without rambling on about nonsense.
Dude, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I haven't slept with my phone in the bedroom also in about 3-4 years.
Okay.
I don't at all, bro. I have no electronics in my bedroom.
Okay.
Just for sleep purposes, bro. Because yes, at a stage I had such sleep problems that I just couldn't fall asleep, bro. And it was affecting my day-to-day life so badly. And I can't understand how people like lay in bed until like 2-3 in the morning scrolling TikTok or Instagram, and then they want to complain the next morning that they're tired. I'm like, I get it, you know, like it's addictive. That's literally what it's there for, bro.
Sure.
Honestly, easiest thing, put your phone in another room. So also when your alarm goes off in the morning, you have to get out of bed to go things. So you're not sitting there snoozing the whole time or waking up and laying first thing in the morning. You checking Instagram, checking people's stories, and then that's how people get depressed and shit. They see these fucking nonsense things. But anyway, that's a ramble on its own, bro. So
Yeah, we're not here to compare ourselves.
Yeah. Dude, I just want to go back to what you said there, bro.
Yes.
You said your biggest fear is like death, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, like dying early, if you say that.
Yeah, I would probably say early death. You know,
Yeah.
late. I
An
think
unnecessary
late
death, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's there's so many things that irritate me because I'm, you know, when I'm out in the world, and whether it's somebody driving recklessly,
Yeah.
I do drive fast.
Oh, you
But I
want
don't
to
drive recklessly.
Okay.
I'm a good driver.
I'm a grandpa driver, bro.
Oh, really?
Big time grandpa driver, bro.
I think everybody I drive with is a grandpa driver. Like my best friend and his wife, bro. If I tell you, they literally mock me. And then sometimes, like, we won't even drive together because
It's
they're
too
like
slow for
speed limits, and I'm like, God, please. And they're like, no. So I mean, maybe I'm irresponsible like that. But yeah, listen, early death is not really a thing for me. I love my life. I feel like I'm also here to just enjoy it and spread. I mean, often I walk into a room and I just want to. I'm not there to make everybody happy, but it's just something that's always happening. I've just always spread love and happiness wherever I go, and I think I'm so grateful that I'm like that.
Yes.
You know, I am a loving person, and I am a happy guy. And
like a light
trust
in
me,
life,
if you don't have that version of me, then you did something.
Yeah. Dude, that's literally what you said on the last pod, bro.
I
watched it this morning, bro.
bro.
As I was telling you, I was watching it this morning, bro, and you said the exact same thing. Like if someone has a bad story about you, there's a reason behind it, bro. Like
I mean, look, and I'm sticking to the same sentiment, bro. And I stick to my guns as well. Like, the truth is, if you have me in your life, and you'll always have a great, cool version, etc. And
for sure,
because life is just too short.
I can attest to that, dude. We've been friends for like 10 years already.
I'll probably go longer, man.
That's crazy. More than nearly half my life, bro. That's madness, bro.
Must be nice to be so young, Manny.
Fuck off, you're 33, bro.
32, bro.
33 this year.
Actually, wait, I'm 32 in 5 months today.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What, 2nd November?
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
No, that's still young, bro. That's
we're cool.
I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Unnecessary death for me it's my biggest fear too, bro.
Okay.
Like, honestly, I sit and think about it more often than not. Like, I have an irrational fear of dying a stupid death.
Sure.
Like slipping in the shower or falling down the fucking stairs or, doing this or just something so dumb that I could have avoided by just doing something else. You know what I mean, bro? Like, it's just so, it's such an irrational fear because you know what the worst part is, bro? That's how they're going to remember you, Like, they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's a motherfucker who died in the shower, bro. Like Elvis is the dude who died on the toilet, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so... it freaks me out.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, you kind of want to be
I want to die in battle, bro. Like a glorious war.
For me, I'm kind of
days.
like Paul Walker is like when I think about death, that's like the best way, right? The guy who became absolutely famous for Fast and Furious movies, killed in a car accident.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Cool.
For sure.
Like, it's kind of like that 1 in a billion.
Yeah.
But I guess, I don't want my death to be because of somebody else, like a car accident or something.
Yes,
someone skips a stop street, or I get caught in the crossfire and shot to death.
Exactly.
Crazy stuff. But
unless I'm trying to save someone, then that's cool. I can do with a hero story. Then
that's
I'm
cool
fine
as
with,
well,
bro.
yeah.
As long as I'm not in like a robbery at a bank or some stupid shit, bro.
Yeah.
No.
But
Also, no offense to anybody who has family that is that. Like, yeah, they're not trying to, lower it. That sounded really bad coming, but yeah, you guys get the point. Yeah.
You don't have to accept his apology.
Way to make me feel bad on a Wednesday. I'm joking.
Damn.
Oh, dude. So I want to talk to you, bro. Like, what, from our last podcast 2 years ago, bro, I would like to say that after watching it again this morning, I watched it back after we shot it, obviously, but I watched it back this morning for the first time since then, bro.
Okay.
And I must say, I can relate to you so much more now, 2 years later, bro.
Okay.
Just, 2 years of life experience and growing up a bit more and becoming more mature and stuff like that, dude. I just, like your way of thinking at that point when I was listening to you saying, like choose the better path, like be the better man, if I can say that, because we were talking about Oaks like jumping the gun and, saying, oh, what, this and that. And it's easier to just lose your shit than having to say, what's wrong, bro? How can I help you? This and that. Like,
being an aggressor.
Yeah, being an aggressor, bro. And like now you were talking about energy in that one, dude. And for me now, I have no energy to deal with that kind of shit, bro. Like,
Welcome.
yeah, I have no energy to fight back. Like, if that's your cool, sharp, I'm out, bro. Like, I'll either leave the conversation if I can't help you with anything.
Yeah.
If not, dude, then that's your business, bro. I got my own shit to deal with.
For sure.
So,
No.
yeah, dude, that's what's
Ask me.
so like for that kind of thing now. And it's funny that it just comes from 2 years of life, bro. Like going through things, experiencing relationships, friendships, family, this and that. That you start to become so much more protective of your energy and your space and your peace, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds cliche because I watch some people talk on podcasts or make some reels and shit, and I'm just like, shut up, bro. Like it's not always like that.
Yeah.
Which it's not. But it is you were speaking about such a conscious decision because you become so much more self-aware to choose to act like that. You know what I mean? Because your body can instinctively go and be the aggressor.
Yeah,
your mind can
dude.
instinctively go to the bad way.
Easy. And
So,
yeah, it's definitely a wake up and decide every day. What you choose to let in, what you choose to let affect you. Remember what consumes your mind.
media, bro.
It starts to bleed out into the world. So if you're constantly consuming negative or consuming aggressive or then you kind of I don't know, I kind of found you start leaning towards that as opposed to when you wake up and dude, it can be silly things.
Subconscious things, bro.
Like
that you don't
watching
notice.
nature, so I enjoy watching just like nature or putting on some like relaxing music, etc. And just really, again, just having that choice of just being for myself. And, especially for like a lot of men, a lot of guys find weakness in being soft or vulnerable. And then a lot of guys have found strength in it. And I feel it's more like when you go through it, how you come out on the other side is what kind of decides that. So, some people may choose to be vulnerable around the wrong people. And that can really, really hurt. I went through an experience not so long ago where I chose to be vulnerable and, dude, it just got thrown into my face. And I did, bro. I got really cross and I found myself being quite aggressive.
Like
yeah,
you can feel it in there, bro. It's like a
100%.
burning fire in the chest, bro.
It's just unnecessary. And I had to sit myself down and be like, okay, so I've chosen now to give my energy and feel these feels for it, etc. I need to take that back, and that take back is what I feel is probably what I would
What do you mean
say
take
I'm
it back?
focusing on. So cool. I'm glad you asked me.
Yes, yeah.
I've been telling a lot of the people that are in my life, etc., take it back. And I'm talking about the power you give to people or the power you give to a certain outcome or
A situation.
yeah, situation. And it just means don't allow somebody to have control over if you're happy, if you're not, if you're sad, if you're not. Don't allow whether something works out to make you sad or not, or keep that power. And if that person makes you happy, let them make you happier. Don't let them make you happy. You know, you need
You
to
need to
make
make yourself happy. Yeah.
And you need to be able to wake up and look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love yourself, and that you're capable, and that you're deserving, and you're
affirmations in a way.
for sure. And it's I mean, do it in your head while you're brushing your teeth. You got to look in the mirror anyways. You might as well.
Yeah.
You know, you're there.
I brush mine in the shower, bro. To be fair.
Okay, well, put a
I look. You see, I have enough mirrors here, dude. So I look at myself in the mirror all the time, bro.
okay. Well, when you're making your coffee in the morning,
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Um,
I love that, bro. And you know, it's such a powerful statement, because I heard a quote. I would say probably maybe 3 months ago, bro. That was exactly like that. I can't put it word for word, and it just said, "Do not let outside energies, outside situations, people control what you feel on the inside." You know, obviously, like something will happen and you will instantly feel a specific emotion, bro. But do not let that emotion now go and control you and the way that you act, because then you now letting somebody else control what you do and how you feel consistently.
100%. I think what you're saying is really important. When I would definitely say that, don't disregard your feeling.
No.
You know, don't disregard how somebody made you feel, or how you felt in a situation, etc. But definitely
Unpack that feeling.
unpack it. Learn to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, take it here and then say, all right, cool, now it's gone.
Yes.
You know, as opposed to keeping it inside, etc. So as people use journaling.
Yes,
Some people use
yes.
going out into the world and speaking it out.
Yes.
Going to the ocean or whatever.
Yes.
You know, but that let go. Definitely say, okay, cool.
Feel it, yeah.
Didn't happen. All right, let me go out and talk about it and get it out there, etc., and let go of it. Or let me journal it and burn the piece of paper and it's done.
Yes.
However you choose to, sure. But if anything right now, I think mental health, inner peace is more important than ever. The world and what we see is really, really negative.
Extremely, consistently, bro.
Yeah, and that for me makes it so much more important to make sure that everybody you got in your life around you, just keep them close.
Choose the right people,
know?
bro. You know?
Oh yeah, bro.
I call it stock take, bro. You know, like I'll sit by myself sometimes and I'll just go through like every aspect of my life. You know, even let's say those feelings, bro. Like let me say I've had a cuck day at work, bro, and somebody pissed me off or this happened, what. I'll compartmentalize that feeling for now. End of the week, I'll go sit on a Friday night, whatever, and I'll sit down and I'll be like, okay, this is what that thing made me feel. This is how I felt about it. Why did I feel this way about it? You know, did it trigger me in some sort of way, like this, that? To be like, okay, cool. Feel that feeling fully, throw it away. And then afterwards, you just feel so much better, but then you're also now a lot more equipped to deal with the negativity the second time around, because it's not like it's not going to happen again.
No.
It's an age-old saying, but you'll keep learning the lesson until you've learned it. Yeah, that lesson will come until you've learned that lesson, bro. So, and as you say, the negativity around the world, and also that's, as you were saying, the consummation of like your media, the people around you, like the negativity of people. Like I work in a retail shop, bro, at Oasis, and I see easy about 100 and something people into my store a day.
Yeah.
And some people can just bitch and moan and be negative and this and that. And I'm like, it's draining, bro. It's draining.
Listen, dude, for me, it's also been a really important thing that I'm very conscious about is what conversations are you making yourself a part of? You know, so sometimes you can't always choose which rooms you walk into, but you can choose which conversation to be a part of. And sometimes I choose to not be a part of any of the conversations if I find myself in a room where it's just not constructive or it's just not happy. It doesn't always have to be heavy and sentimental or informative, whatever, but then let it be light and happy and fun and full of shit.
Good energy, bro.
Yeah.
Good energy. And you can feel it in your gut. Like when you sit in a conversation with someone, whether it's a good feeling or not, like you're enjoying this conversation, or it's like that gut feeling is just so instantaneous. And if you don't listen to it, then
yeah, dude, I just don't do bullshit. Like when I walk in and people are talking crap about somebody, or if it's very different if you talk shit about someone and you've also
Said
told
it
them to their face.
Facts.
You know, like
Facts.
I've got guys that know I don't like them. And I don't mind if someone brings their name up. I'm like, I just don't want to talk about that person.
Yeah.
Whatever. Why? Well, because I just don't like them. Just
Yeah.
don't think they're a good person.
Yeah. And that's that.
know?
You don't
And
you
it's
leave it
cool.
at the door, bro.
But if I'm not outside of those negative conversations, that I'm just like, it's just going nowhere. You know, like let's talk about something. Let's either talk about something funny or let's talk about growth or direction or
Yeah.
goals or
Yes.
it's like let's just
be on
yeah,
a positive path,
100%, bro.
You know,
But
and
this-
I do understand sometimes, like, I'll sit with my friends sometimes, and obviously, it's a little bit hard to consistently be positive. You know, like I'm like personally, I think I wouldn't say I've mastered the art, but
Yeah.
I'm really good at it. Like I wake up every single day, and today's gonna be a good day.
Sure.
Today will be a good day.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if something shit happens, be like, cool. Fuck it. Next, you know what? There's something good's gonna come out of today. But, every now and then you get a day that you just it's shit, you know. And then to sit with someone and bitch and moan, I enjoy it every now and then, bro. But one person, I'm not bringing in a crowd of people to listen to my shit. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
So
I think we've all got that one person that you can't. I mean, I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are right, and I'll just be like, I'm just gonna say his name. I'll just phone Jason. I'm like, bro.
let me
Yeah,
tell you.
like, let me tell you, I'm
need to
going
vent.
to hit the brick out of this wall next to me, or like something's gonna happen.
Yes, yeah.
And then I can bitch and moan to him, and I also love that I can bitch about the same thing because sometimes I'll find one thing particularly will really, really get to me, you know, and I have to maybe talk about it 3 or 4 times. So yes, on a realistic note, I definitely
Yes,
get it.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're men, you're not just gonna get over something or
First time, yeah.
be positive all the time. Sure, that's cool, but then have your homie to lean on, which I also spoke about in the previous cast.
Yes.
You know, where, and I spoke about strength in weakness.
Yeah.
You know, so they can also.
That was my next point, bro.
Oh, okay.
I didn't, at that point in my life, I understood what you were saying. I couldn't resonate with it.
Okay.
I couldn't resonate with it, and I was like, nah, not for me, you know. 2 years later, completely resonate with it, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool, bro.
But carry on. Sorry, I interrupted you there.
No, I mean, I was just gonna say, it's just to be realistic rather than always positive and that, but then deal with your shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like especially as men, we've got things to do, and if we don't have things to do, we've got games to play.
Facts, 100%,
like,
bro.
We're just the slumping down. I have 1 or 2 friends that really find themselves in slumps, and man, I love them even more. I'm just like, because I just want them to feel what I'm feeling, you know. So some of my guy friends are a little weaker than the general thing, and it's not because they're not strong. It's just because sometimes life's just dealing you shit cards, you know. Or the more you try, the more you're getting knocked down, and that's only because you're trying more, you know. So at least you're trying more. So even if you're getting knocked more down, there's probably a little bit more life experience happening,
Of course, bro.
etc.
Yeah. And
But-
hardships build character, bro.
For sure. And
But some people deal with it differently.
yeah, and it does get to a point as well where I'm just like, I really wish I could eliminate it for him,
Yeah.
them, but I know that it's going to happen on the other side. I
At
know
some
that
point.
eventually it's going to turn around, etc. And when it does, they'll be here. So yeah, just the gents. And again, obviously, I'm not really trying to exclude the ladies, but
No, we're speaking
You
about
know.
from our point of view, bro. We
yeah,
can't,
as men,
unfortunately, like as much as we can try to relate to women, you can't understand the inner workings of it, bro. It's just not a thing, bro. But yeah, it's just not a fucking thing. But as you said there, bro, it's not black and white like how social media would make you feel like it is, bro. It's not black and white. The world and your life is majority of the time gray area, bro. You're kind of figuring shit out as you're going along, you know,
Yeah.
like it's, you know what I liked what you said there, bro? Speaking about something more than once. Because, you know, like some people, I'm not going to lie to you, if I'm not close with you like that,
yes,
I don't want to hear the story more than once. Because we just don't have that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
But I don't mind if you tell me a story and there is a way for you to go and fix the situation. You know, there is a way to fix
Yeah.
it. And then the next time I hear you tell me the same story and you haven't done anything to fix it,
Sure.
then I'm like, you know what, bro? Now you're just bitching. Like, sorry, like this isn't you whining. Not even bitching and moaning. You're whining now.
Sure. Now,
Like,
this for me is where I come, for me, like where I would say that the maturity of a man is what makes us different.
Yes.
Right. If I'm bitching about something that I can change, only hear it once from me.
yes.
Right.
Facts.
You're 100%
Facts,
right.
yes.
But if you continue to go on about something that is in your capacity to change or alter, or, fix, etc., and you don't, then for me it's like, well, dude, what did you expect? If you're not, so I always say this, right? Nothing changes
If
if
nothing
nothing
changes.
changes. Okay, so you can't
moan again about
you
it.
can't complain about the same result when you didn't change the process.
100%.
Okay, let's just put that out there right now. And that for me is again where that maturity of men differs.
But do you not think that comes with just a straight level of accountability, bro? Because that's where I think it is, bro. I think the major reason on that one, and I might be wrong, I might change my mind down the line, but right now in my mindset, for me, it's just accountability, because you're not taking accountability for your actions, for your situation. You're kind of blaming it on outside factors, but if you just change your way to do it, then the whole situation changes. You're never moaning about it again.
Yeah, it could also come, maybe not accountability all the time, because you might find yourself in a situation that you put, or that surrounds itself around you, and you can't take accountability for being there, but
Like
the
being
next
in a
time you've got to
shit
take
job,
the
yeah.
accountability for not walking away from it.
There we go. So it's
You
like
know,
being,
so-
let's say, being in a shit job. Like when people sit and complain about their jobs or their bosses and something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I get you. Then it's not really there.
It's just,
It's
those
hard.
kind of things. Yeah, that becomes a grey
That's
area.
a very tricky
and-
situation there, bro. Yeah.
So I don't know. Accountability. If you're choosing to, I was going to say smoke weed, but let's not do that. Let's say you're choosing to drink to the point of being drunk all the time.
Blackout, yeah.
Yeah. That's something that you can change.
100%.
You
it's
can
your
go
choice,
and get
bro.
help, etc. So, yes, let's talk about that, as opposed to being in a situation where you're thrown in it, and then it's not really, you can't really take accountability for that, but you can take accountability for how you choose to move forward.
Yeah.
Then hey, bro, you chose to stay.
Yeah.
Don't complain. You complained about this last time. You can easily just close that book and walk away.
Easily.
No problem.
Yeah. But
so
also easier said than done. Some situations you want to,
yeah.
it is
I mean,
like
you could
that,
put
bro.
it down to abusive relationships, and let's go from a woman to a guy. So let's say you find yourself really liking a girl,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden she's verbally abusing you or putting you down or whatever.
Yes, gaslighting.
You can easily walk away. Like you
Yeah.
can say, "Hey, listen, there's
Done.
8 billion other women. I'm out."
Yeah.
But then you choose to stay.
Yeah,
The
then you
next
can't complain
time,
it against
you
the
can't
next time,
complain
bro.
about it,
I
right?
agree. I
Yeah.
agree with that kind of, and that's actually a great example. I mean, I hear so many guys, especially the older generation, they always complaining, "Oh, my wife this, or my girlfriend this, or the chick this, or whatever." And I'm like, but you're allowing it, bro. Like
Yeah.
you're allowing that to happen. So the first time I want to hear it, second time, don't even come to me with it, because then I'm just gonna tell you, like, listen, mate, it's your own fucking problem. But I do think, as you're saying that talking about something more than once, bro, I do think it's actually such a healing feeling, if I can say that, bro. I experienced it last year with my friend Priyan. It was when I moved in here, bro. So he's a much softer person than I am.
Okay.
And obviously I'm the harder person, but we actually helped each other so much that we kind of met in the middle, bro. But I had to speak about something like 10, 20 times. He's still speaking about something 10, 20 times, but it's the same. It's basically the same conversation you're having more than once. And then one day I just stopped.
Yeah.
Just never spoke about it again, bro. And that's like, I think how it works, bro. You
Sure.
say it until one day you wake up and just be like, it's done.
It's actually out.
Yeah, I've let it all out. Like, there's no more of that inside of me. Like,
Yeah,
it's a done feeling, bro. But that's, as you were saying, that mental health, oh, dude, it's so important. But again, it comes down all to choices, bro. It comes down. And that's what I'm thinking about, the accountability. Like, if I could say one of the best traits that I've learned in the last 2 years, extreme accountability. Like, even if it kind of wasn't my fault, I'm going to take accountability for it anyway, because
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
obviously something I could have done to change something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, bro, accountability for me is definitely top tier.
It just gives you full control of your life, bro.
For sure, bro. And it doesn't always have to be negative. You know, like I feel a lot of podcasts, there's a lot of negativity. Or there's trying to where like we're talking and we want to make like a life lesson, we want guys to share it, etc. Whatever, where
Yes.
we could just really talk about like everyday shit.
Yes.
And taking accountability in that, like take accountability for the good as well. Bro,
Facts.
I am
Yes.
happy. Why? Because I had my favorite breakfast, because I went to gym, because I went for my run, because I decided to wear my favorite cologne, because I don't know when I'm going to not be here. Like a lot of the time I get complimented on, yes, Finn, you look great, bro. Like you dress well. And I'm just like, yeah, because one of my choices on money spend is I like to wear nice clothes.
Yeah, it's your thing, bro.
It's just my thing. And why? Because that's what makes me feel good, bro. And I feel we need to just do shit that makes us happy.
Yeah.
Like there's already so much crap. We don't need to be talking about that crap all the time. Like find a hobby, or start something new with your mates.
Yes.
Or the girls have started this sip and paint. Bro, I was like,
Dude, that's so cool, bro. I've
was
seen
just
that.
like,
I'd love to do it.
you know what?
bro.
It's so lacquer.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean you have to sip champagne or sip wine or
Yeah,
alcohol
yeah.
or whatever. You
Yes.
could have your Coke and be painting whatever. And I went overseas to visit my brother last year.
Yes.
And
You were gone for
we
long,
went
eh?
to a sip and paint,
Yeah.
bro. And I loved it, dude. I was like,
Dude, that must
so
be so much
dope,
fun,
bro.
bro.
Like, and okay, yeah, I'm a creative,
Yes.
and it's not for everybody, but take the principle. Follow. When last did you have Oaks doing lands, bro? When we were growing up, we would meet up at one Oaks house, and everyone brings their computers, and you clip the LAN
shit.
cable in everything,
And
and
you-
everybody jams together.
Yeah.
So
It's
okay,
basically
now
becoming
we've
a
got
kid again. Yeah.
instead of maybe say once a month. Okay, day to day, we're gonna sit all in our own lounges and play
For sure.
But whatever, dude. Once a month, get everybody together, set everything up, and jam together.
Yeah.
You just
It's the small things, bro.
bro. It's the small and efforts, bro.
Yeah.
Who cares if we all have to take a TV with us? Who
Doesn't
cares,
matter, bro. Like, one day you're going to wish you did.
Yeah.
One day you're going to wish you did, and you're going to be like, I think about that often, bro. As you said, like, I always, especially spending time with people that I love, bro, from family to friends, and I want to do things with them now, like I appreciate them more often, because I look at other people that don't have people and I'm like, this is shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
or the older people that wish they did more when they had the chance to, bro. So I'd rather do something now and then be like, fuck, okay, maybe it wasn't for me, it's fine.
Yeah.
But instead of later down the line, be like, yes, but what if, bro? What if? I mean, now I've got a PS3 there by the TV, bro.
Yeah.
My mates come, we play Black Ops 2 Zombies, bro.
Sick.
Black Ops 2 Zombies, the best zombie game of all time. Dude, we can sit here play it for hours, bro. We'll drink some whiskey, make a little brown thing there, like hamburgers. Simple things,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Simple things, dude. We even play we played ping pong in the gym downstairs, bro, or played volleyball on the thing there. Dude, it's just such but do something, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because yes, when you're sitting just the whole time, or you're doing the same things, going to the pub every weekend, because that used to be our thing. We used to, every weekend, it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we were at the pub.
Sure.
But then
Watering
now-
hole.
Yeah, the watering hole, but now that doesn't bring me any sense of joy anymore, bro. Like, once in a while, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but
Listen, dude. It's always such a wide topic to have alcohol in general. Mm-hmm. I've been around alcohol as the industry
Yeah, your
for 16 years.
yeah,
And
half your life, basically.
yeah,
bro.
dude. And to be fair, each to their own, bro.
Facts.
It just, you don't have to force it on anybody. And again, it come down to that, like when people drink, they get aggressive, and you can mess the nights up. But dude, like alcohol, I just feel like it's an each to their own thing. And whether you're at the pub or club or whatever every weekend, as long as you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Because you can
It's not
get
detrimental to you.
Yeah.
Or others.
and you can be drinking at home or you can be drinking out, whatever. But I think the principle needs to remain. We just need to be doing things that are making us happy.
Facts.
You know, it's
And being accountable for too. When you say
do
accountable,
you take accountability
yeah.
for your happiness?
Thank
Yes. Why?
you. Thank
I am
you.
happy because of me, bro. I'm happy because of the choices I have made.
And have you noticed people get weird about it, bro? They get weird. They look at you, be like, "Why are you so happy?" Or like
Yeah.
this or that, and be like, "Dude, I choose to be happy. Like I choose to do cool things that I experience, and that's that, bro. Like I don't need to explain myself to you. I want to be happy. I'm gonna choose to be happy now.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna look at it and be like, yeah, that's the way I'm gonna.
Dude, I
fucking
take
do
it as
bro.
an opportunity. Let's just say this year, a lot of people have said, "Wow, Vin, you're glowing," or "You're
Yes.
really happy," whatever. And dude, I'm the happiest I've been in a long time.
Yeah.
Probably more than I'd like to admit. But I take the opportunity now to just be like, okay, well, can we say that about you? And why not? If we can't, why not?
Yeah.
Let's get
What do
you
we do?
happy.
Yes, yes.
You know, hey, why not? Oh, well, then you should change X, Y, and Z, or just get them closer to then saying, let people say you're glowing. Because again, it's just life is way too short, bro. And
100%.
I'm just
and
only,
I also think life is way too long to be unhappy like that.
oh wow, I love that.
Life is way too long to be unhappy like that, bro. Because I thought about the too
I never
short
heard
thing,
that.
and
That's
I agree 100% because time flies these days, bro.
Yeah.
But when you're making memories consistently all the time, like you're doing things, you're out there living, dude, it doesn't matter if it's too short or not, bro. You're having a good time while you're doing it. But
Yeah.
life is too long to be unhappy, bro.
Yeah.
Not that happiness is
That's-
the be all end all.
No. Why not?
I wouldn't say no. You can't be happy all the time. Happiness is an emotion. I'd say content. Content is a better word for it.
Yeah, I don't like to go left of that though. So for me, it's like it's either content or really happy. I don't really like
No.
unhappy.
Yeah.
So
See,
yeah, okay, you
yeah.
can't. I mean, I don't know, dude. I've been really, really happy. I mean, I don't know. I can remember one time this year that I was really unhappy, but yeah, like happy.
Like happy.
Yeah, I'm like when I wake up every day, I wake up with like
A smile,
a
on
smile
your
like
face.
this. Right?
Like a
I'm
little
like,
bit of a.
yeah, I'm just like,
yeah.
yeah, cool. And
Dude, and that's, as you say, it's accountability for your own. Like, you know what makes you happy, bro. But you know what I think really ruins people? And it's. You said it in your last podcast that you're a people pleaser. You enjoy making other people happy. 100%, bro. But if it comes to the detriment of your own happiness, fuck no. Sorry.
Definitely.
Like, for me, like, I'm not pouring into your cup unless my cup's full first.
yeah, sure.
Unfortunately, it's just a bit of a selfish way to look at it, but I'm actually okay with it, bro. Like, because otherwise, if I'm not gonna do something that makes me happy because you don't like it, then I'm being untrue to myself, bro. I'm lying to myself, and I'm gonna sit at the end of the day at night, laying in bed, and be like, I don't trust myself like that now, or like I did myself a dishonor by not being true to myself, you know, because or like I betrayed my character because of somebody else.
Yeah.
Fuck no. I will never do that again. Like, I'm not doing that shit again, bro. Like, sometimes you catch yourself doing it, you're like, what am I doing? Like, no. I actually like this. So that's it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to talk about other people, especially people that brought me an unhappy part of me now. But let's take the opportunity. I'm going to take the opportunity.
Why not?
Obviously, we know I got divorced, and I recently said, okay, cool, I'm going to like open myself up. And I found myself people pleasing in what I thought was going to turn out to be like a really cool relationship. You know, she was cool.
Yes.
And like, yeah, like it was just great off the bat. Hey?
Yeah.
And then it changed.
Okay.
And when it changed, I found myself trying to do things that like would make her happy, etc. And, you know, then I quickly realized like, whoa. And it actually took another friend to say, you know, like what you are is very sufficient for the right person.
Facts.
You know? And I was like, yes, actually, you are right.
For sure.
Walk away.
Yeah.
You know, and it was so great because I walked away and I walked straight into somebody who just absolutely,
Adores you.
yeah, and
For who you are,
we
yeah.
actually, when we chat, I'm like, we're so similar,
Mm.
and I don't mind that I went through all the shit to
Of
like
course,
finally
yes.
say, okay,
Yeah.
and now like when I want to play golf, cool, enjoy. You know, when I want to have a sleep, okay, well, cool, sleep tight. Or you know, if
No one makes you feel bad for doing what
and
you
when
want to
she
do,
wants
bro.
to do something, then I'm just like, cool, great. And bro, coming back to what you said of just doing what you love and not people. I don't mind people pleasing for somebody who people pleases back.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
But if
I'm
it's
doing
not
something for
reciprocated,
if I'm
yes.
doing something for her,
Yeah.
and she does it back for me, then that's great. And the same thing with friendships.
For
I
sure.
found that my circle of friends right now is of the highest value
Yes.
that I have ever had
Yeah.
in my life, bro. My friends pour back into my cup just as much as I pour back in. Some of them pour even more
More.
into me, which I've never had. But because I've just chosen to be so authentically myself,
Yeah.
right?
You got to let people love you for you, bro.
And even if they don't, I got to love me for me.
Dude, 100%.
Okay.
Bro.
And if that means that I go from 5,000 friends to 5 friends, I'm going to have such a better time with these
Dude,
5 friends than
dude.
I would with 5,000.
And as you said there, bro, you're authentically you, bro. Just being genuinely you. Like, you don't want to have to. I want to be me around people because it's fucking tiring being somebody else, man. It's so tiring putting on a persona or an act or.
I think it's so important that to take one step even more back and say, I just want to be me around me.
Yes.
You know, I
Okay.
don't often will say, oh shit, bro, I'm playing PlayStation again for 4 hours.
I'm okay with that.
I'm
okay
now
with that.
saying to myself, I love playing
I love-
PlayStation.
yeah.
I love producing music. I
Yes.
love playing golf.
I'm gonna do
I
what I
love
wanna
going
do.
to gym.
Yes.
I love what I don't know. Let's do something stupid. I love watching
Anime or series or
anime,
movie.
or
Yeah,
I love
whatever,
watching one of these dating shows or some crap. Like
Oh, yeah.
even if you're a guy,
bro. Love Island.
for me, okay.
No,
Do you
I don't
know,
watch
like,
that shit, bro.
dude. I just
I want to be me.
just be yourself for
Yes.
yourself, bro. And for me, mad important, bro. It's been a great choice, and I would say I'll look in the camera and I'll just say honestly, if you love doing something, stop telling yourself why you shouldn't love it as much as you do, or feeling guilty for it. Like, fuck that. Do what you love and do it as much as you want, and who cares? Because honestly, bro, you're not going to be happier than that point of real happiness. It comes from you just waking up and just doing you, bro. And
inside, bro.
It doesn't hurt. It's not that you're hurting anybody else. And it's not that
No.
you're disrespecting people, whatever.
No.
You're just authentically being you to you.
You're not maliciously going out of your way to do something dirty, bro.
100%. 100%.
But what I always say is don't try to dim my light because you want to shine.
Okay.
Don't
Sure.
don't try to dim
Yeah,
my
yeah,
light
yeah.
if you want to shine. Like me, I'm gonna be me. Like that's that. If you, it's either you accept. Don't get me wrong. You know there is things that. I hate the word compromise. The word compromise pisses me off. Bro.
Okay.
But there are certain things if you meet someone like. There will be one or two things that change a little bit, bro. That makes things work a little bit better.
Yeah.
But especially relationships should be easy, bro. Like people make it like, yeah, it takes hard work to be.
Yeah.
No, my guy, that's a fucking lie. They sold it to us, bro.
Bro,
Like,
I'm not going to lie to
this-
you.
yeah.
This is exactly what I'm feeling right now, bro.
yeah,
So
they sold it to us, bro. Okay, Vin, if you could give one piece of advice for your younger self, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, what is it, bro? One sentence.
wow. I've actually thought about this question before. Sure, there's a couple.
Throw them out there. You can use more than one.
I think the probably the first one would be they won't create the lifestyle for you that you want to create for yourself. Yeah.
That's sick. That's sick. You
Yeah.
gotta get it your own, bro. You gotta go out on your own, bro.
Yeah. Sure. A second one. I'm really trying to like put these into yours because I have a couple of them. I would find a way to probably tell myself to not change. I'm almost positive that I don't have any major regrets.
Yeah.
Even though they came with major life decisions or major life outcomes, I don't
wouldn't
think
change
I
it.
would change. Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be the man you are today.
Sure.
Guess I nearly burped
I think
while
if I-
saying that.
If I,
sounded so bad.
okay, so younger self as well. I would probably say that I would tell myself to eat healthier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start with your health earlier in a way.
Sure.
Yeah. I agree
Just
with
probably
that.
become like a
yeah.
little bit more conscious about that.
Yeah. So you don't really give a fuck when you're young, bro.
Yeah. Also, it's a lot easier when you're young. It's a lot easier.
Dude, that's why I tell people now, like, just keep your health constant. You don't have to be this fucking shredded bastard for the rest of your life. But
Sure.
if you just keep your health moving until you're an older... Dude, you'll live a happy life. Like, I look at my dad now. He's 59, bro. He's got a fucking six-pack and just moving around like a madman.
So
But he's been consistently healthy for such a long period of time that he just... there's
Yeah,
no problems,
his
you know?
body's there.
I've seen other people at 60, my knees or what, you know.
Yeah.
It's just health
dude,
choices.
I've seen people at 35 complaining about their knees.
Bro, someone asked my mate the other day, he said, why are you still playing indoor? We're old now. Dude, we're fucking 28. What you mean, bro?
Come on, bro.
What do you mean?
Yeah, for me, I always say as well, like, you don't stop doing things because you're getting old. You get old
because you stop doing things. Facts.
Yeah.
What are three, let's call them morals, bro. 3 morals that are non-negotiable for the people that you keep around you.
I love that. I would probably say the first one would be trust. Like if I don't trust you, or you don't trust me,
There's no point in it.
there's nothing. Yeah, it's probably going to be trust.
Yeah.
I trust everyone that I keep in my close knit with.
All your heart, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely would say laughter. Like you got to be happy. We've got to be able to laugh.
Positive person.
Yeah. You don't always have to be positive because we can laugh about the negatives.
Yeah,
You know,
you gotta have a good giggle.
Sure.
Okay, I get you.
So
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me,
yeah.
it's like, let's laugh at something, even if, I mean, especially if you can't change it, right?
Yeah.
Then let's laugh at it.
Dude,
Because
100%,
fuck,
bro.
Sometimes you do. You find yourself in a situation that you just can't change, or an outcome, or an end result, and you're just like, well,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. Well, fuck,
Let's just
mate.
let's just laugh at it, bro.
I took a girl out the other day and we were chatting once and she's like, yeah, I can't wait to meet your friends. I said, no. She's like, why? So I said, we're a little bit different, you know, we have a little bit of a dark sense of humor, you know, like if something even traumatic happens, you know, it's never too soon to make a funny joke about it, but you know, like one mate got ghosted, so we started calling him Casper for a week or some stupid shit. But you know, like we can laugh about it because we
make
no one
light
else
on
knows.
something,
Yeah, 100%. Making lights on something. I love that, bro. What's the third thing?
Yeah, the third thing. I would probably say that it's keeping me accountable. So accountability, because like I
Yeah.
say, accountability is very top tier,
yeah.
and both ways. So if I
Doing
fuck
it
up,
to you, do it back.
you gotta call me out.
Facts.
Because if you do, I'm gonna call you out. And if I succeed, applaud me.
Yes.
Because if you succeed, I'm going to applaud you.
Have you ever had friends that don't applaud you, bro? That actually make you feel bad a little
short-lived,
bit.
yeah.
Dude, I
But-
fucking hated those, bro.
I'm like, I love saying, like, take your flowers. Take your flowers now, bro. You know,
Yes.
too many people get flowers at their funeral. Take your flowers while you're alive. And yeah, so that's definitely, those are like my top 3. If you're going
I
to be in
love
my
that.
life, those are going to be them.
Last question for the day. Very important. This is the most important, bro. It's your last day on earth.
All right.
Last day. What is your last meal and the last movie you watch?
Any Harry Potter.
Any Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Eh? Damn, I didn't expect that one.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, I am a Harry Potter freak.
Harry Potter.
Wow, my last meal. sure. I would say if it was a cooked meal,
Oh, cooked meal. Any meal. Literally anything, bro. Because we all know a home cooked meal is the one that you want last.
yeah,
bro.
it's definitely going to be a home cooked
Especially as a
meal,
European, I know it's going to be. Bro,
Yeah, the Italian in my body right now is just.
You're just trying to pick which one. That's
Yeah.
the problem, bro. But you can't. You can't say pizza or pasta.
Damn.
You
I'm
can say
probably
pasta.
I'm probably going to go with the pasta.
Yeah.
And I don't
get
know
that.
why I'm leaning towards a lasagna because I genuinely like
Ooh.
a chicken pasta. Like I love a creamy chicken, mushroom, chili, pine nuts, that kind of a pasta, bro. But I don't know why I'm finding myself thinking lasagna, bro.
It's the first thing in your head. Fuck
So,
it.
I mean, we're
neither's
gonna go
be
with
shit.
lasagna,
Neither's
bro.
gonna be shit,
Yeah.
bro. Neither's gonna be shit. That's great.
And then popcorn.
Eh? What would mine? My
Yeah,
last one.
what movie are you watching?
Bro, my last movie that I'm gonna watch. Off the top of my head, the last movie I'm gonna watch is A Cinderella Story with Chad Michael Murray and Hilary
Okay,
Duff.
okay.
Yeah. And last meal is a big steaming plate of feijoada. Yeah. Do you know what that is, bro? It's called like a poor man's stew in Portugal, dude. It's got like so much pork in it and just cut-offs and some. I've actually got I don't know if you saw my story yesterday, but it was that plate of food I was having with my dad.
No.
Dude, I've got some here to smell it, bro. It's honestly, it's just so wholesome. You know what I mean? That and a
Can't
nice.
wait to smell Manny's food from yesterday. What an offer.
Bro, yeah. And then I'll take you for, actually, let me take you for feijoada rather,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And a nice bread roll, bro. Because there's nothing better than meat on a bread roll.
Oh,
Especially after Christmas, bro.
Yeah.
Some gravy and beef or some gammon. Or,
Dude,
yes,
you take a
bro.
Portuguese roll, you take espetada, and chop it up. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm getting chubby right now. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Vin, dude.
Bro, thank you.
That was great. That was great. Thank you so much for this conversation. I think, especially as a first one back, this just made me happy, bro.
Great,
Thank you.
bro.
Now I'm gonna go fucking whoop your ass in golf.
Maybe we should post how that goes, right?
Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode. Please like, subscribe, leave your comments. Anything that you guys agree with, disagree with, or have an opinion on. If it's not a good opinion, keep it to yourself. So I really don't care. But no, I'm joking. But we'll see you guys on the next episode of The Modern Man.
Dope.
Cheers.
Shout.
Reaction. Incoming message.
The Modern Man Podcast.